Alright, so quick guide to the Chaos Dwarves. The campaign, haven't gotten too far in it, obviously, it's early access and stuff, but they... Alright, shush, shush, shush. Thank you. I haven't played too much of them yet, it's early access, but they're pretty clearly an empire builder. Similar to the Dark Elf slave economy, they just want to build up a bunch of people to use as resources in their iron machines and stuff. So pretty late game scaling, very, very strong, pretty easy to boss through the campaign, but it is a good time. One unfortunate thing is that this current recording, they are all kind of geolocated in the same type of area. So you're going to do all your fighting in the Darklands. It looks like Zotin can kind of head towards Cathay, but shush, shush! They're very talky. Yeah, I wish they were spread out a little bit throughout the old world, but yeah, they're fine. They're fine. It's a fun campaign. Alright, so Chaos Dwarves in multiplayer, playing as them. You have four currently for lores. Lore of Hashit is currently a little underpowered, but it's all about damage. Lore of Fire is all about damage, and its lore passive gives weakness to fire damage, which a lot of your roster has fire damage, so the Lore of Fire is probably going to be the most common. Lore of Battle and Death are also more damage, so they have very little support magic, and it's just damage, what type of damage you want to be dealing. So your mage is going to be a damage dealer. It's not like you can out heal cap anybody. Other than that, they rely pretty heavily on powerful single entities, whether it's their lords that are pretty powerful, some of their monsters, both their flying monsters are quite strong. Cat-Eye Destroyer is fine, their artillery and war machines are fine. They will be limited by how many single entities you can bring, that sort of thing, but they're very single entity focused. Their cavalry is alright. Not very diverse, but it is alright. The Bull Centaurs are incredible, but very expensive, and the Hobgoblins are cheap, but good for their cost. So, yeah, you're going to want a strong single entity squad to run around and kill a lot of things, and then the barest minimum flank protection that you can get away with, because you don't want to spend too much money on it. It's not going to, like, win you the game. It'll just protect your flanks and let your artillery try and carry you. Yeah. Yeah, that's about all I have to say for playing as them. Playing against them, I guess it's a little bit of as them. Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. Playing as or against them, the main thing the Chaos Dwarves want you to do is they want you to rush into them, and then they can break your rush and destroy you. That's really what they're best at. They aren't super good at charging you, and they aren't very good at kiting. Overall, their war machines are too slow to effectively kite. So they kind of just want you to rush them in melee, and then they can beat you when you get there. So if you're playing against Chaos Dwarves, the best way to counter them is to outshoot them, which isn't as hard to do as it sounds. Either artillery or weapons teams can usually outshoot them. A good plethora of archers can also do quite well. Their infantry is pretty low tier as far as damage goes. They either have chaff or elite units to block you, but not a ton of DPS in their own right in their infantry, so you don't have to worry about their infantry killing yours too much. It's mostly about just shooting them. Yeah, shoot them, kite them, that kind of thing. The Bull Centaurs and Hobgoblins do make cav superiority difficult to achieve. So using a chariot to break their box could be difficult. I did have some difficulties when I was playing like that. So chariots aren't really the way to break their box. Shooting definitely is. So stay out of arm's reach. Just do that Big Brother meme where you put your hand on their forehead and they swing at you and they can't quite hit you. You definitely don't want to rely on melee to beat the Chaos Dwarves, but they aren't unbeatable. It's just gotta be a little careful. Can't just walk into them because they will break you. It's hammer and anvil, but they don't even they don't need to flank you for the hammer. It's just the hammer is also the anvil. But they're still dwarves. They're still slow. Just kite them. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.